Here he is.
She thought he was in New York.
I know, but he didn't like the coffee.
She was going to join him. He's seen the ticket.
Now the kiss.
Here it comes.
Oh. I can't watch it anymore.
Why doesn't that happen to me?
You don't drink coffee.
I'd drink a bucketful if I could meet him.
You'd never sleep.
I wouldn't want to.
Jackie, it's simply a commercial to sell coffee. It uses travel, glamour and romance to attract the gullible and the deprived, to fill the empty yearnings of lonely women.
Oh, then why did you record it?
I knew you'd want to see it.
Let's watch it again.
No. Anyone would think there's something lacking in our lives.
There is him.
You're not exactly deprived, Jackie. You've got Clive.
Have I? Ever since he sold that property in Peckham, he thinks I'm after his money. He's growing quite casual these days. The other night, we were having a cup of tea.
What?
Afterwards. And I asked him what the difference was between Julie and me. He looked thoughtful for a moment, and then he said, she always took sugar. And he's gone off the marriage idea. We were walking past the registry office the other day. Oh, purely by chance. And he quickened his stride. I know he did.
Yeah, well, I can't think of a better place to quicken your stride, Jackie.
So Dennis hasn't asked you, then?
What?
To marry him.
Jackie, we have a modern, open, freewheeling relationship without ties.
He hasn't asked you?
No.
That's funny. I mean, he's been married 3 times. He must have that wedding ring on a string, and yet he hasn't asked you.
I couldn't marry him. He's too bitter, Jackie. He thinks he's a failure.
He is a failure.
He keeps waiting for the phone to ring. Some days, he lies in bed all morning. He won't even get up and shave. Says it'll give him nothing to do in the afternoon.
So you don't think it's going to come to anything?
No.
Oh, Pam, do you ever get the feeling that our destiny has never been fulfilled? That there's some missing ingredient?
You mean like the woman in the coffee commercial? That someday there's going to be a ring at the door and we're going to open it to a handsome stranger? Oh! That's not a handsome stranger, that's Dennis. He's forgotten his key again. Better watch out. He's been up for a job.
Oh, then I won't stay. I don't want to hear how he wasn't tall enough or short enough or thin enough or that he trod on the producer's dog.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Brent Taylor.
Yes, I recognise you.
Oh. Is Dennis here?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, dear, this is difficult. I'm at the Palace next week. I had arranged to stay with Denny, but they told me he'd moved.
Oh, yes, he's living, lodging here at the moment.
Oh. Well, I better find somewhere else.
Oh, no, please, come in. Weren't you leaving, Jackie?
No. I thought I'd stay for a coffee.
A coffee? Would you like a coffee?
I'd love a coffee.
I'll make it.
Well?
Too old. Well, they didn't say too old. They said they were looking at ages.
Oh, you could have been too young.
Yeah, when I saw the man who was playing my father. I looked older than he did.
Oh, never mind. You didn't really want it. And it wasn't the lead.
No. Gloria Martin's carrying the show. Gloria Martin, she couldn't carry a bag of shopping. Well, I read with her. I've got more response from a duvet cover.
So you made a few friends while you were there, Dennis?
Do you know what he said? He said, good heavens, Dennis, it's you. I thought you were running a pub. I could give it all up. I really bloody could. What's that doing there?
It's Brent's. Brent Taylor's. He's at the Palace.
I know he's at the Palace. What's that doing there?
He said you'd invited him.
Brent Taylor? I wouldn't invite Brent Taylor to a Tupperware party. He's a vain, arrogant, egotistical son of a bitch. We have nothing in common.
Are you sure?
That man has haunted me all my life, Pam, since RADA. He won the prizes. I didn't. We have the same agent. He can get him on a Saturday afternoon. I can't. We go up for the same parts. He gets them. I don't.
What sort of parts?
Well, good-looking, slightly dodgy, emotionally cold.
That doesn't sound like Brent.
You mean it sounds like me? I can see he's already worked his charm on you.
Well, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't stay. Oh, and, by the way, while he's here,
Yes?
I've moved your things back into the little bedroom.
What, you know, because of him?
Well, we don't want to be the subject of gossip, do we?
Don't we?
No. But after all, there's your status in the profession. We wouldn't want your reputation to suffer.
My reputation's going to suffer a great deal more when he finds me in the little bedroom.
Well, what about my reputation? The landlady and the lodger. It's ridiculous.
You didn't think it was ridiculous before. Oh, don't tell me he's up for this part as well.
That's a rotten thing to say.
Oh, all right, I'm sorry. But you're making a mistake. Take my advice, you'll ask him to leave, but count the silver first. I know he has charm, but he's a crap actor who's made his way by creeping, crawling, and conniving. And in a profession that's renowned for its bitchiness and hypocrisy, he is in the front row.
Denny! How are you, mate?
Fine, mate. How are you?
Wonderful. You know, they say there's no work about. I never seem to stop.
Does depend on the work, of course.
Listen, it's a damn good tour.
Billingham.
And what are you doing?
Considering a few things. 13 one-hours at Thames, actually.
James Dabney's got that.
Has he?
Cut and dried. Louis told me.
Oh. Well, I thought it may not be right for me. They might have sensed that.
Oh, Pam, I can't thank you enough. It's a lovely room. I do hope I'm not putting anybody out.
No.
I mean, I hope it wasn't your room.
No, it's my son's when he's at home. My room's at the front.
Oh. That a nice big room?
Yes.
Good. Hope Denny's room's as nice as mine, otherwise he's going to be green with envy.
Well, actually, Dennis is in the little bedroom, but he prefers it.
That's all right, then.
Well, now you know where we're all sleeping. What are you going to do? Hold a fire drill?
I'd just like to know the geography. Well, I'll go and unpack my things.
Did you hear that? It's not geography he's interested in, it's history. Take my advice, Pam, see him out. He's only here to save on expenses.
Look who's talking.
And then she moved you into the little bedroom?
Yes. What's that for?
What?
That little chuckle.
Oh, nothing.
Is there something in the bottom of that glass? You keep looking into your beer and smiling.
Do I?
She's worried about appearances, that's all. You're doing it again?
Well, I'm sorry, Dennis, but I think you've got problems. He's a good-looking fella.
Who is?
Brent Taylor.
Well, I'm not exactly repellent, Clive.
No, not exactly. But compared with Brent Taylor, you look like Dracula. And, of course, he's picked a bad time to come.
Any time's a bad time for Brent Tech. What do you mean, bad time to come?
I mean, she's going off you.
Going off me? People don't go off me.
Well, she has. I've observed the signs.
What signs?
Well, like last week when we came to supper and you were going on.
Going on? You mean when I was talking?
Yeah, when you were going on. Pam was studying her reflection in a spoon.
She was doing what?
She was studying her reflection in a spoon. She was trying to tell you something, Dennis. She was bored.
Bored?
Well, you were going on about yourself again. I mean, you want to listen for a change. No, a woman needs to feel important.
Oh, what do you know about women, Chunky?
Well, you don't see me having any trouble with Jackie, do you? I mean, she dotes on me. Do you know why?
Rumour has it you come into money.
Oh, no. It's because I listen to her. I make her feel like a woman. I buy her flowers, I pay her compliments. I put a lot into the relationship, so I get a lot back. I mean, she adores me, Dennis. When she walked me past the registry office again yesterday, I pretended not to notice. She dotes on me, Dennis. Now, do you know your biggest weakness?
No, but I have a feeling you're about to tell me.
Complacency. Now, when Julie walked out on me, taught me a lesson. Never take a woman for granted. They need love, care, attention. They're human beings, Dennis. Just like us.
Some more like houseplants.
Try a little tenderness, Dennis.
There was something different about you this morning. A look, the faint blush as you pushed your hair from your cheek that told me something. It made me dare to hold you like this.
You guessed then?
Of course. He's such a fool to take you so much for granted. He deserves everything he gets.
Oh, darling, he never meant anything to me. It was just a habit, that's all. A bad habit.
Can anyone smell burning? Oh, this number by the phone, is it for me?
No, it's for Brent.
Oh, why did I ask? Everything's for Brent these days. Don't think I didn't notice the 2 fried eggs at breakfast. I suppose this is the Beeb asking to play a running part in a soap.
Yes, it is, as a matter of fact.
What?
Well, they've asked him to ring the casting director.
Well, doesn't mean anything. They'll be seeing scores of people.
They're not seeing you.
Louis probably picking up the phone at this moment.
Can't hear it ringing.
Yes, I have one drawback as far as soaps are concerned. I'm not wooden enough, whereas Brent has all the life of a Californian redwood. You've never seen him in parts. He's the only actor I know who'll be upstaged by a wardrobe.
Still, they have asked for him.
Yes. I'm just going to put this in his room. I wouldn't want him to miss it. Hello, darling, it's Louis, dear. Yes, slight problem over Brent. He may not be available. Louis, no, he's touring at the moment, and to be fair to you, is he right for the part? Well, look, I know we can play devious. Yes, no one better, dear, but what about chilling? I mean, if you want someone devious and chilling, I'd suggest now... Hang on to your chair, dear. Hang on. I'd suggest Dennis Duval. No, he's not keeping a pub. No, I know he hasn't done much lately, dear, but that's because he can afford to be choosy. On the other hand, he comes surprisingly cheap. Yes. Well, anything that interests Denny, money doesn't come into it. You'll laugh at the fee. What do you mean he's trouble? There wasn't any trouble on Green Acres. That was an artistic disagreement. There wasn't a petition, it was a small delegation of embittered actors. Look, it didn't say the leading lady had the brains of a kipper, it was an addock. Addock, dear, addock. Look, I know they had him shot, that was because they were jealous of his abilities. He was too talented for that cast. It was like putting Maradona with Crew Alexander. Yes, dear, yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure he can manage 3:30, yes, dear. Yeah, oh, I'm sure. He's got a couple of voiceovers and a little something for charity, but I'm sure he'll make it. Yes, I'll tell him that, dear. Thank you. Bye. Big one from Louis. Bye. That was Louis. Just, fixing something up.
Pam and Dennis coming to the theatre tonight?
No, Dennis didn't want to come. Said it wasn't his sort of play.
What's he about?
Infidelity. The eternal triangle. What's that for?
Well, he doesn't have to go to the theatre for that. He can get that at home.
What are you suggesting?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Pam is having an affair.
Who with?
Brent Taylor.
Oh, Clive, she's hardly Brent's type. Besides, Pam's not like that.
Well, I don't blame Pam. I blame Dennis. I mean, he's taken her for granted for far too long.
You seem to know an awful lot about it, Clive.
I know when a woman's not happy, Jackie. Take you, for example.
Me?
You've never been happier, have you?
Well, there have been a few odd moments, Clive. Christmas 1963 when I had the Cindy doll. Sports Day when I won the sack race. And my first bicycle. A few isolated incidents that could compare with this moment in time.
I know something that will make you happier, Jackie. Marriage.
Marriage?
I want you to know that I am definitely, seriously considering it.
Well, don't leave it for too long. We don't want to be too old for the honeymoon.
I just want to make sure...
Oh, what, that I'm not after the Peckham fortune?
No, that we can look at each other over the breakfast table for the next 30 years.
Right.
But don't worry, marriage is definitely on the agenda.
Jackie, darling.
Oh, Brent, darling.
So, when are you coming to see me, eh?
Oh, we're coming tonight, Brent.
Oh, now I'm going to be terribly nervous.
No.
Brent, can I get you a drink?
No, I have to go, thanks. Now, you will come back afterwards, won't you, darling?
Oh, yes, of course, darling.
Oh.
Well,
Do you know something, Jackie?
What?
I really like him.
Do you?
Yeah, he's got a lot of charm.
What about the kiss?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. A little too theatrical. I hope he doesn't try it on me.
I don't think there's any danger of that, Clive.
So, who's next?
Dennis Duval.
He's weird.
Yes, I know. Actually, I thought he was dead.
That's wishful thinking.
Well, he was good in Green Acres. Ah, that's why I thought he was dead. Didn't he shoot himself?
Well, if he hadn't, the cast would have done it for him. He's disruptive.
Well, the character's meant to be disruptive.
All right, then, all right. He's ideal.
Right, well, let's give him 5 minutes, get it over with. Dennis, love. Didn't realise you were waiting. Please, come in. Well, you're looking well, Dennis. Don't you think so?
Oh, yes, not an ounce of fat. How do you do it, Dennis?
I don't eat.
So, what have you been doing lately?
This and that?
Yes, but what specifically?
Specifically? Nothing.
Well, business is terrible, you know, franchises, repeats.
Well, I've turned a few things down. I mean, I'm not desperate.
No, of course not. Have you read the script?
Ah, yes, interesting. Obviously a first draft, and there are a few imperfections, but...
Terry wrote it.
I love it. It's full of good things. Not one of your usual soaps. Well done, Terry.
Well, thank you very much. You like the character, then?
I adore the character.
How do you see him?
I'm more interested in how Terry sees him.
Well, he's ruthless.
Ruthless, yes.
And sly.
And sly.
With a burning hatred of the Wheelers.
Burning hatred of the Wheelers. Who are the Wheelers?
Well, that is the name of the family. Haven't you watched the series?
Ah, no, I haven't caught it yet. No.
Well, it has been going out for the last 5 years.
What, when you're in the theatre, you know.
Well, this character, Quincy, comes back into their lives, you see. Years before, he seduced the Wheeler's daughter, who died bearing him a child. Now he has this burning hatred.
Burning hatred. Mm.
So what do you think of it? Anything worry you at all?
Oh, no, I love the burning hatred. Love it, love it. And the dark looks and the viciousness. Fantastic. But this, you know, this is just a suggestion. I think there's a lot of comedy in it.
What?
I mean, I think this man has a sense of humour.
Sense of humour? He's evil, vicious, corrupt.
Well, it's deadpan, of course.
Of course.
And I thought if we could slip in a few jokettes.
Jokettes? Perhaps you'd like to add a few songs as well. He's inhuman. He never smiles.
Well, that's a mistake, I think.
You do?
Yes. I mean, look, I don't think you realise what a good part you've written, Terry. I mean, there's a lot of humour in this man. Some of these lines are dead funny.
Funny?
Yeah.
But he is essentially evil.
Oh, yes, he is essentially evil. I thought of a mannerism, a gesture to reveal the inner evil. And occasionally, he should draw his thumb thoughtfully down his cheek. I'll show you. They're like this.
Yes, that's very good, Dennis. Scott will be directing. You remember Scott?
Oh, yes, Scott. We're great mates, Scott, yes.
Oh, really? Didn't you have a fallout when you were doing Green Acres?
Oh, but no, it wasn't a fallout. A few heated words because, you know, we had this duff script by this crap writer.
Didn't you work on some of those, Terry?
Well, when I say duff script, there's an apprentice piece, so there's a lot of promise in it.
Well, that seems fine, Dennis.
Don't you want me to read?
No, not necessary. Not an actor of your caliber. We know what you can do, Dennis. And we still have 1 or 2 people to see.
I don't mind reading.
No, not necessary. You're still with Louis, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. We'll be in touch. Dennis. My God.
Weird.
Brent, how are you?
I'm fine.
Please, come in.
Thank you. Terry.
My dear chap.
Just came to return the script. Correct.
Drink up, old son. I'm going to get you another.
Why this unaccustomed generosity?
Because, Dennis, I've never seen you so low.
I wouldn't play that part now they begged me to. Called himself a writer, he couldn't give a note for the milkman, Chunky.
Yeah, I understand. When things go wrong, they certainly go wrong, don't they?
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing.
You're looking into your beer again?
Well, I mean, first your work and then your private life.
What do you mean, my private life?
In tatters.
Tatters?
Dennis, do you know where Pam is this afternoon?
She's with Jackie, isn't she?
No, Jackie is at her mother's. You see, you are so complacent. You don't even know where he is either, do you?
Well, he's doing a matinee, isn't he?
Well, he may be doing a matinee, but not at the theatre. Matinees are on a Wednesday.
What?
The spectator often sees more of the game, Dennis. She's having an affair.
What?
And it hurts me to say it.
It doesn't seem to hurt you all that much.
No, that is what friends are for.
Yes, I won't have another drink, Chunky.
I understand.
I think I'll go home.
I'll come with you. You may need a shoulder to cry on.
And that's how I see it, with me moving off towards the French windows, turning back and saying quietly, see you next year. Danny! Jackie was just helping with that rather difficult scene at the end of Act 2, you know?
Well, are you coming or not?
Where?
You know where. Brent's party after the show. He's celebrating.
And what's he celebrating, Pamela?
Getting the part?
Yes, getting the part that I went up for.
The part you sneaked in the back door for. That was a pretty underhand thing to do, Dennis.
And what about when he kissed Jackie? Wasn't that a bit underhand? And when's it going to be your turn? Tonight?
No. I've had my turn.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's kissed me.
And?
Not quite the performance I was expecting. Lacking in conviction and rather wooden. He's not going to be offered the part, Dennis. That's yours, if you want it.
I want it.
Now, you're going to that party and you're going to smile and be charming. You're going to show them that it doesn't matter, even if it kills you.
It doesn't. Not now. Rather wooden, you say?
Are you ready? We don't want to be late.
I'll go get my Jackie. What's the matter, Clive?
Clive's got something to tell you.
Getting married, 4 weeks Saturday. 12:30. Registry office. Be there.
And if you enjoyed the comedy this morning, don't forget that every morning is a laugh here on Plus. After the break, though, it's soap time, starting with classic Coronation Street.